Hey everyone. Sorry I'm a little emotional. It's been a little rough these last 2 weeks. Um, so the guy that I have dated for a while, uh, he passed away, and it was unexpected. Like we was really on good terms, really in a positive direction. Um, I was at work when I got the call, and my heart dropped because I truly loved him. And he definitely is gonna be missed. Yeah, he got on my nerves. One person does it. Some things that he did wasn't always the best, but he did have a good heart. He was kind, always wanting to help people, donate, and I haven't felt like this since my close friend died in 2011, January the 1st. And that was a sad day. Also, real sad. But been getting through. It kind of sucks though, because that person is always, saying something to you, and then when it stops, it's just like it's not normal. People, we get used to the dysfunctional parts of people, unhealthy, healthy, toxic, whatever you want to call it. Like we accept just about all the bad things, including the good too. But it's no words, no words. Like and I couldn't even imagine if we would have got married and this would have happened. I would have been devastated. I know we had talked about it, getting married and having some kids, and him joking about, yeah, I'm gonna tell our kids, your mama was hard to get. She always did something to make me chase her. So I finally caught her. And he used to have me cracking up. I'm like, it's just, what? I did not have you chase me. But, man, it's real. Life is real short, and we really have to treat it like it's our last. Every single day, we have to treat it like it's our last. And we have to try to be the best that we can be so that we can, teach others how nice of a person we were when we had our good and bad days, when we fell short of accomplishments or goals, being real transparent about us as a person. Not only that, I found out one of my close friends' sister passed like 2 days after Christmas. And I'm like, man, like, I grew up with these girls, all the sisters. I believe it was 5 sisters, no boys, just all girls. And one of the sisters was close to my age. The other sister was maybe a year or so older than us. And then we had one that was maybe 5 or 6 years older than us, somewhere around there. She was way older than us, and she was really nice though. She would come to the school when we were like in kindergarten and or somewhat like we was doing first grade work, though we were kindergartners because it was a split class, and it's just like to grow with all these girls and they've already lost 2 sisters a few years apart from each other. It's crazy, like crazy. And just to see how the world is and how people have just gotten out of just being private about certain things. They make public announcements nowadays. They blast each other if they're, going through divorces and or whatnot, or if they, caught their spouse with somebody. It's just like so freaking much. And, and the world is already got jacked up people in it, and it's just like we're just polluting and making it worse. I was thinking about my classwork, and I was thinking, man, trying to get out into this little dating world, it's hard. um it's hard, because the expectations that you have may be different from what someone else has, and then you have to get used to their ways of doing things and how they communicate and talk to you, and it's like no way. There's no way. It go from, I want to do this and this to, oh, it's boring, it's regular. And you like, dang, if you put yourself out there too much, then people feel like you're doing the most. If you don't put yourself out there, then it's like, well, how you expect to find somebody? And it just is, it's just, I don't know. It's a lot. Even me going to counseling to try to talk it out and kind of get it off my chest. I think I've grown a lot, but I still have a lot more to improve, for sure. Um, but the expectations that people have these days, it's like almost kind of ready to just kind of quit and leave that part, leave it alone, really. I think I'm a exceptional good person. I have my good days and bad days. Or my, emotions or moods are kind of a little off because of the chemicals in my body or something that didn't happen. But I kid you not, that man who I won't ever get to see again, he did understand me. As crazy as it sounds, as many arguments as we had, some of which I can't even remember why we was arguing for real. And sometimes we would just bust out cracking up, like laughing, like, what we arguing for? Like, I love you. I don't even know why we going through this, But it's a challenge, It's challenging. You ask God to guide you, and then we fall off the bandwagon because then we want to do it how we want to do it. And then that ruins whatever God had planned for us. Like, I went to a conference over the weekend for my new job, and when I say I got to meet and see millionaires and billionaires and people who were just like me, like, I want to get to this next level and get out of debt and be able to buy whatever kind of car and whatever kind of house and just live life and travel and do all the things that any other person want to do. Like, they really gave us hope at that conference. I mean, it was informative, but it's not too many people like me that's on this type of level when it comes to thinking beyond what you already have. When I say every single person got on that stage and thank God for them being able to get to where they were, the support from their team, the people who helped them get there and who pushed them and was coaching them the whole entire time from start to finish. Like, that was priceless. And then to hear a story about one of the guys who's freaking a billionaire, I believe, multi-millionaire or whatever. He got so much money, like, it don't even make sense. And I think he might be in his 30s, early 40s, if that. And he was the youngest to reach the highest amount of money in this company. And he was talking to us about him growing up in the hood and how they went from living in a nice house to they were in a trailer to having to live in a van. He said kids would bully him at school and talk about him. And pretty much relatable enough that you were like, that sound almost like me. Like, I came from the hood. People don't really make it out the hood. Not successful. Because pretty much you fighting to graduate high school. You fighting to get past age 21 if you black and a man. A woman is pretty much graduating high school without being pregnant and having to drop out. You don't really see black women, coming out the hood without kids and things like that. A lot of them may have, graduated high school, but then they got to college and got pregnant, or something happened that they got pregnant, eventually got married, got a divorce, single moms now, and the generational curse is something that we have been trying to get past, overcome, and we've been trying to change the generation and how they think, how to invest, how to get out of debt, how to stay out of debt, how to get what you want, let your money work for you type deal. Like, we've been working so hard and it seemed like the money is just never, getting in the positive. It's always back in the negative. You barely making enough money to get out, and then you think that you meet people that is gonna be like your partners for life, and then it turns out that's not the person God wants you to be with, or something happens and you hit rock bottom or whatever the case is, and you are like, what did I do wrong this time? So just educate yourself, get out there, try to date a little bit if you can, if you into that, so that you're not just rushing into, oh, I want to be in this relationship so bad, and then you get in there and now it's like, oh, you're not really that excited. But before that, you was so excited because you couldn't see them. Excuse me. You want to do everything that you can because time is running out, and it's like, or the people are not transparent, or I don't know if they feel like you're gonna judge them because they're a little bit older. I mean, it's just some of the stuff I have been experiencing. Either I'm moving too fast, or moving too slow, or jumping the gun too fast. Something is just not adding up. But some of those stories that I heard over the weekend was just like life changing, and saying like, I really gotta get out this mindset. I really gotta get about this. I want a nice house. I want a nice car. I want a nice husband. That's gonna be honest. That's not gonna feel like he can't be transparent with me, or get impatient with me because I'm recalling a old conversation. Maybe I do talk a lot. I'm still working on that. I'm still improving. I'm probably a little bit better than I was 20, 30 years ago. So, but there's always room for improvement. I even started cooking more because I was in a happier place. And then that happened, and that threw me off. I was already thrown off, really, in general, because the cousin that stayed with me, I don't know what's the deal with that. And furthermore, I can't even worry about other people's thought processes anymore, or trying to ask why and why you feel this type of way, or why you feeling some type of way about whatever you feeling. Like it was so crazy. Like, my mama called me and was like, Nina, he called me and said that you stopped talking to him. And I'm thinking, I'll stop talking to him. No, let me tell you how that worked. I was still speaking, saying, hey, how's it going? He would look at me like I was a whole stranger. I was like, I think I, ended up talking to my stepdad's nephew. And he was like, you know what, Nina, stop trying to, say hi to him all the time. If he don't want to speak, you ain't got to speak. Like, that's making you stressed out. So I was like, you know what? You right. What am I doing? If I seen something that needed to be clean, yeah, I put a sticky note up. Please clean up after yourself. I'm not your maid, But to have to live and share a home, and you have an attitude about whatever you got an attitude about, hey, I'm sorry that you work where you work at and you don't like your job, or you don't like how you being treated, or you don't like your money. and how your money is. Go find another one. Matter of fact, find something that you had gotten your degree in or have it in. Make it make sense. Like, stop letting other people dictate how far you move or how far you go. I refuse for them to tell me I can't make no more money. I refuse for them to tell me I cannot make any more money. Baby, I will be a millionaire, billionaire, whatever the heck you want to call it. Because I know how to invest. I know how to save my money up. I know how to manage it decently. I know how to get out of debt because I'm consistent with paying off things and getting out of debt. I have been doing really well of doing that for the last 6+ years now. The only debt that I literally would have would be my freaking student loans. That's it. Everything else, all good. But really, these last couple weeks have just been emotional roller coaster for me. Like, I have literally just been down. I've literally just went to work, went with the flow, did homework, whatever it was that I was doing, just to make it through. Because I'm not going to give up. I still have work to do. I still have a PA school to get into. I still have a master's program for health informatics to finish. And with God's help, all of the accomplishments and all of the dreams and goals that I have set forth, they will come to pass. And I don't know who will be with me. I really don't even know who my husband is, to tell you the truth. Because I done thought so many times that this person was my husband, that person was my husband, that person was, that one was. And none of them ended up being my husband. You know? Out of the few people I've dated, I think only 2, maybe 3, if that, said they wanted to marry me or said I would be a good wife. Did they marry me? Propose to me? No. So, obviously, it wasn't in God's plan for them to be my husband. Obviously, I don't even know if dating is even good for me, because the girlfriend title is definitely getting old and just not just not what I want anymore. But hey, some people get married a day or two after they meet. Some people just know when they see that person, that's their person, you know? I don't know what I be seeing, because apparently it just don't it don't end up that way. But like I said, I'm just gonna focus on getting these accomplishments knocked out, really, and grow a successful business and get underway with that, and just really just set the high bar for myself as a part-time, full-time student, whatever my title is, I just gotta put in 110% because nobody else will. And I keep conforming and changing for all these other folks, even though they'll say, I'm not trying to change you, but you are. You want me to be like whoever it is that you want in your mind, what you have created in your mind. Every relationship I have touched bases in, I didn't try to make them be different, but I tried to allow them to grow and to evolve into themselves or into the person they should be. And I just was trying to be the support system to push and keep them motivated. But you also got to put in the work too, you know. One person can't just be putting in all the motivation and pushing and this and that. Like, you have to push yourself too. You literally have to push yourself, believe in yourself, love on yourself, do self-care like you should be doing. And everything else should fall in place. Well, until next time, don't want to talk our heads off. Just was kind of like on an emotional. Needed to get some stuff off my chest, I guess. Talk about a couple little topics here and there before I get back into this paper. But y'all have a good Martin Luther King Day, and we'll be talking to you. Ciao.